Hello. So I am going to read outside because the book I have chosen is Owls by Gail Gibbons. I love owls, and it's published by Holiday House. On silent wings, a bird swoops down in the moonlight. The bird is an owl. Using its powerful claws, it grabs a field mouse. Owls are raptors. Raptors are birds of prey, meaning they are hunters that eat meat. They grab their prey with claws, called talons, that are very sharp. Most scientists believe there are about 140 different kinds of owls living around the world. They live on every continent except Antarctica. It is believed that there are 21 different kinds of owls living in North America. The smallest owl, the elf owl, is 5 inches, 12.5 centimeters long, from the top of its head to the tip of its tail. The largest owl, the great gray owl, is 33 inches, 82.5 centimeters long. Look at all the different owls. So pretty. Most owls have the same basic characteristics. The male is usually a little smaller than the female. There are two different types of owls. Owls with round facial discs are striated owls. Owls with heart-shaped facial discs are PaTTANReads owls. I had to look at how to pronounce that. The eyes of an owl cannot move in their eye sockets to watch for prey. Instead, owls have flexible necks that can twist almost completely around. They can even turn their heads upside down. You can see this little owl turning his head upside down. Most owls hunt at night. Day or night, they can see much better than people. Owls have very large eyes. Owls can change the focus of their eyes very rapidly and see great distances. At night, the pupils of their eyes get big. This allows more light to enter into their eyes, giving them unusually good vision in the dark. Most owls rely on their keen hearing for hunting rather than their excellent vision. Their ears are hidden behind their facial disc feathers. These discs act like dish antennas to funnel sound to their ears. Owls are constantly turning their heads to hear better. An owl attacks its prey silently. When flying, it can move its wings without making a sound. Silence. An owl's bones are very light. They are full of air. The strength of an owl's wings and the lightness of its bones give an extraordinary lifting power. Strong legs and toes and long, needle-sharp, curved talons give owls great grasping power. Most owls kill their prey by biting it at the base of the neck. Different owls have different diets. They may eat squirrels, skunks, rabbits, birds, snakes, insects, and other creatures. Owls usually swallow their food whole, head first. When an owl kills an animal that is too big to swallow whole, it shreds it with its beak. Owls cannot chew or grind their food. They cough up what they can't digest in pellets. The pellets usually contain fur and bones. Many owls rest or roost during the day. Some owls nap from time to time, resting their heads on their chests. Other owls twist their heads around to rest them on their backs. That would be hard to do. Hoot, hoot, screech, screech. Owls communicate in many ways. They may use sounds to claim a territory, to warn of danger, or call to a mate. Some people think owl sounds are eerie. Owls make nesting sites in unusual places. They may nest in hollow trees, in tree stumps, on the ground, or in abandoned bird nests. When a male barn owl courts a female barn owl, he will bring food to her as an offering. Often he flutters his powerful wings and hovers over her to get her attention. The male's mating call is croo, croo. When the female accepts the male, they mate. Then they choose a nesting site for the female to lay her eggs. Often they choose an old barn hayloft. Barn owls don't build nests. They use a space that is dark and safe. In about 2 weeks, the female begins laying her eggs. She lays 1 egg at a time every 2 days. At the end of 10 days, there are 5 eggs. She sits on them, keeping them warm. This is called incubation. About 1 month later, the female hears a faint beep coming from one of the eggs. The shell begins to crack. The first owlet uses its egg tooth to break free from the shell. The tiny owl is blind and helpless and has no feathers, but it can hear all the sounds around it. The male has begun hunting and bringing food to its mate. I want to look up what that little egg tooth is on a chick and a little owlet. 2 days later, the next owlet hatches. The mother keeps them warm and protects them with her soft feathers. At 2 weeks old, the owlets can see. They are covered with soft down. Now both parents must hunt to feed their hungry brood. Now the owlets are 1 month old. They have their feathers. Their eyesight is good. The owlets are very active and jump on the food their parents bring. And they try flying. When the owlets are 2 months old, they have moved outside of the barn and are able to fly, but they still need their parents to help them get food. When the young owls are about 5 months old, they are able to live on their own. Years ago, there were many more owls in the world than there are today. People killed owls to protect smaller livestock. Farmers and others used chemicals to protect crops, plants, and trees from insects. Also, natural habitats were destroyed as people moved into the wilderness areas. Today, certain places have been set aside as reserves to protect owls. Some zoos have breeding programs for endangered owls. Owls play an important role in the balance of our natural world. People don't see owls very often. That's because most owls are creatures of the night. When you are out in the country at night, listen carefully. You might hear the sound of an owl. Hoo, hoo. So I hoped you learned a lot about owls. You might want to look back and listen to the story again and list some facts that you learned new about owls through this story. Thanks so much for listening.